Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another Ride Along with Goggles. And boy, check this behemoth out. it's it's a big one. It's the C500-KW, and I just kind of threw the skin together. I was sort of busy today, so um, Recon sent me this link to this thing in the morning. I was working on a couple skins, and I finished the Ruta skin up, and thought, well, let's try and cook up a pre-made skin for this thing and get it on here quick enough to go for a drive. See what the truck's like. The skin's obviously pretty rough. Like it's got some stuff going on across the hood there at the front, and I got to raise it up ahead of that front fender and bring it down at the back of the fender, so that has to happen. But the funny thing is, on this template, you can't paint the back of the cab, which I think is pretty weird, but I haven't fully examined it. There may be other sub-templates. Maybe you can do it as advanced. I don't know. But I think there's just two templates. One, they call this the modular with the, attached cab, and then they have what they call it? A stand-up sleeper or something or other. I don't know. Doesn't quite look like an Aerodyne. Aero cab? Maybe it's the Aero cab sleeper. But anyway, yeah, we should get going here so we can get this thing delivered. We're in Grangeville, and we're heading down to John Day, which is part of Voice stuff down in Oregon, I believe. And we're up in Grangeville, Idaho. Grangeville, Idaho. So this truck, it's an interesting one. We'll go both inside and out, and we'll see what you guys think of it. It's $25. Got some lights on here. It's fairly easy on frames so far. I think they got the front axle steering a little more than the rear of the front axles. I believe it would be the rearward axle has to steer a tighter corner. So I noticed that kind of right away when I first corner I went around with it. The rear front axle should be steering a sharper circle than the front one. It looks to be less. But whatever. Got a DD60 in here. Now get another look at the steering thing.
Turn left.
Yeah, it looks like the front axle steers sharper. It should be backwards. I'll try and steer it really sharp here. We'll go out a little ways and then crank it. Yeah, definitely the front one's steering sharper, which is... Maybe you could talk to him and get him to reverse it. Make it a little more realistic. So I got my big engine in here, and the load is 114,640 pounds. So just under 115,000. And the trailer is the BWS lowboy.
100 yards, turn left.
I haven't been on this road in a long time. Another good reason to come up here. And I got another trip in Idaho planned soon. I'd like to do a trip up here with the new skin I did on the Ruta Peterbilt for Prism Express, because that guy in real life is based out of Idaho, down around Twin Falls and Jerome, Idaho. So it'd be kind of cool to do something in his neck of the woods. Man, it's ever loud inside. Well, maybe I have the interior volume turned up. Just gonna pause for a sec. Hold on.
Go straight.
just turn the... It's still pretty loud, but don't know why that is. I have the sound volume turned down quite a bit. It's lower than the rest of the volume settings. So pretty standard Kenworth 900 style interior. This is an urgent delivery, so guess we're gonna have to step on it pretty hard. Sorry about the Peterbilt logo on the steering wheel in a Kenworth, of all things. Wasn't intentional. Something here, this view right there. Yeah, I don't know if it gets a short shrift from everybody or not, but I really like it. Especially, well, there's some really neat areas, and northern Idaho is okay, but I really like that route up to Ketchum and from Ketchum north to like up to Salmon or wherever. That's such a great drive. If you like two-lane windy scenic roads, it's right up your alley.
Go straight.
Yeah, sound levels in this profile are really weird. Like all over the map. Inside is way louder than outside, and I don't know what the reason for that would be, because I have the interior sounds lower by a fair bit than the engine sounds and whatnot. Ooh. was interesting. I didn't notice that there was a beacon indicator on the dash. No, looked like it.
After 100 yards, turn right.
Turn right. Oh. I was all set to go left.
Turn right.
This trailer, BWS lowboy, has some pretty interesting cargoes. The Sherman tank is pretty cool. The World War II era Sherman tank is kind of a neat thing. Then it's got a big, I don't know if it's a D11 or D10 military style. Might be a D9 even. I don't know. I'll have to look again. But it's a pretty heavy cargo. Yeah, and so I'm going to try and figure out when we get into that switch is really acting up. Try and figure out here when we get into Voice territory on his map mod here.
Go straight. After 50 yards, turn left. Turn left. Now
this is an okay truck. It's kind of funny when you're thinking of what you pay for a truck and what you get, and there's nothing much out there that's cheaper than 25 bucks. But having said that, John Ruda trucks are 25 bucks. And this is no John Ruda truck. But it is kind of frame rate friendly. But it's I'd have to assume that John Ruda would figure out that oh geez, too loud in there. That front axles or turning radiuses are wrong. You'd probably do that right. But just the poly count, and then the like I just did back-to-back skins, the same skin for the Pister 389 EXHD and John Ruda's 389 glider, and man, it was really nice to go from the Pister truck isn't terrible or anything, but the template is, and the layout on the template is nowhere near as precise as like the Ruda truck. Like a lot of trucks, the one problem, there's one issue I have with the John Ruda truck, and that is, well, there's actually two issues, but one is, like a lot of trucks, the rear of the cab or sleeper is at a weird scale. It's not the same scale as the sides of the truck, which makes, it's a little extra challenging, but I'm used to doing it, so it's...
Keep left. After 50 yards, turn left.
So it's no biggie. It doesn't bother me. But the other thing with John Ruda's truck that I don't like on the 389 is the rear fenders, the double hump fenders, and the single one-piece fender can't be both painted accurately. You got to choose one or the other. And the double fender, like not the double hump custom one, it'll work on the same paint job you put on the single piece fender on the rear. So I find that a little weird, because I mean, other than that, like, John Ruda's stuff really rocks. So I find that weird. We still got a long way to go, 90 miles to go. But anyway, the two trucks are $25, so you be the judge. But, if 25 bucks isn't an object, then you got a pretty unique truck here.
Go straight.
Now, I don't know much about it. I don't know how long these guys have had this truck out. And if it's just a derivative of a previous mod, because...
Right. After 50 yards, turn right. Turn right.
We're going to get away with this one. Oh yeah. This truck isn't overly long. I believe that's the long chassis for it. But it does have, you can have a single front axle and 2 or 3 axles on the rear. And apparently this front axle is a lift axle. Try and lift it. Whoops. Uh-oh. Grinding gears. listen to that. What's going on there?
Keep right. After 50 yards, exit right ahead. Exit right ahead.
I should have checked to see what year this truck was supposed to be.
After 100 yards, turn right.
I know these things are big in Australia. In fact, they'd probably even make them there instead of shipping them all over the world.
Turn right.
I have to look into that. Look into doing a figuring out a big Aussie mining company and do that Howard side tipper skin for truck and trailer. That would be kind of cool.
Keep right.
Oh. Yeah, it was kind of good to do a few skins the last day or two, or get a few of them out. Because all those problems I was having with my back and not sleeping and everything else. The last thing I really felt like doing was sitting at the desk and make some skins. But man, it
Keep
felt
right.
good to get it back.
50 yards,
Gee,
turn right.
a CL 9000 and an LTL 9000,
Turn right.
one after the other. Okay, we should be straight on into John Jay now. So I'm expecting somewhere right up ahead here. The scenery's going to change a bit, and we'll leave SCS World and hit Voice World. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion this is different enough here that it looks like voice stuff. Oh, yeah, look at those bumps in the road. Yeah, big bump there. It's not something SCS does. Interesting piece of road. And we haven't got the hurry up yet, so we're looking pretty good. See what they have in mind for the drop-off, because I probably have hard parking enabled. Man, it's just so loud in there. See how it comes out in the video. Usually I may be able to muck around with the sound a bit and make it sound all right. But here in the old headset, it's an ear ringer. Oh, there's some of those yellow weird flowers. Kind of like what we're seeing in Texas. Okay. There's a lot of slowdown signs. I think we had a few corners sharp enough to warrant that back there. Oh, oh, big accident. That car's been ripped in half. Holy. Malheur? If I catch the name of that forest. Malheur, it looked like. Better jump in here. We got 7 miles to go, so, oh, we're turning right here.
After 100 yards, turn right.
Interesting roof. Kind of like an ectoskeleton on the outside of the roof.
Turn right.
There's the scarecrows. What the heck they're all about? Oh. That's weird. We're not close enough to the ground to have an impact like that. Neither's the trailer. Huh. That was strange. So there's 2 sites here. There's the logging site further up the road and the production site right here. Did a few videos out of here when this mod came out. You have to look back for them. Anything that it'll reference John Jay, I think.
You have reached your destination.
Or sorry, John Day. Man, it's loud here. I can do anything. I don't know if I feel like doing anything with this trailer right now. We should give it a go. You guys got better things to do. We'll just do the where should I place it and get on with it. I have to do a little maneuver here anyway. Get this thing straightened up enough to get the whole trailer in bounds here. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to do a maneuver. Oh no, I guess not. Yeah, it's a really loud place. Let's see how this one paid. Oh, we should look at the cargo first. It's properly cross-chained. Okay, we could look at it there. So some kind of auger. That's kind of cool. This trailer is neat because it's a rigid neck trailer, so the front doesn't decouple like the SCS lowboy, and you just drive right up the back of it, which is super common when I was younger. That's what you saw all the time. The detachable neck didn't seem to be as popular back then. Anyway, there we go. Let's see how we did with the cargo. Yeah, a lot of fuel. We had our foot hard down most of the way. 44,000 though. I mean, boy, that's not chump change. Cool. And I think that's a function of the trailer. So it's an interesting truck. I'll have to try out a different cab configuration. And when I did look at a day cab, it didn't. It still. I think it still had this even when I selected day cab. Let's. What kind of time do we have? Well, we could take a couple minutes and just look at that. Let's pretend we're going to truck dealer, access a mod dealer, and we'll look at this. And let's see if we have a fleet configuration. Yeah, we can just jump into this, then we'll mess around with the cabs a bit. So this is a day cab. Oh, see, it just drops the whole thing down. The truck isn't nearly as big and beasty. Let's just do that again. So it throws a axle in here and puts the cab up on these spacers here. Okay, so that's what that does. Studio sleeper. That's the other one. Oh, that's aero cab. That's studio. It won't do it. So, wonder 8x2. Why would you have an 8x2? What in the world? This is what we have. 8x6. Oh yeah, so you can have a whole multitude of axles. That would probably be handy. 3 powered axles. 8x6 with a lift. That's pretty much it. And let's quickly check one other thing. Well, that's kind of beasty. It paints the front of the frame too. So if we go back to the chassis to the one we have, notice the front of the frame isn't painted. Well, I'll be hornswoggled. I wonder what that's all about. And the engine's right up out of the way. It's so far up in here you can't see the oil pan. But when you go underneath, you can see that it's got an Allison automatic transmission. Let's see, what else do we want to check here? There was something else I wanted to see. Oh, I know. Let's go out of there. And let's go stock offers and see if we can get a day cab. Nope. So day cab just drops it down, so it's interesting. You get that sleeper on the back no matter what. There's the big sleeper, yeah. Studio sleeper, and now that you have that under it, you can go 8x6. And that's the long chassis. Pretty beasty, but boy, if all these axles are getting grip on the ground, you're not going to steer very well. That short a truck. It's going to be like a toboggan on rails, just trying to go straight ahead all the time. But I think it has a fair bit of weight on the front axle. I did look at the chassis. Anyway, and then what do they have for paint jobs? Well, that's not the worst one ever if you're in a Day and Ross kind of way. So that's a totally paintable. That's kind of neat. Appalachian. Stars and stripes. Oh, cool. Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh yeah, my skin isn't for this cab. Well, it looks like, okay, wait a minute. Let's check something out here. Yeah, see, nothing's painted on the back with these other paint jobs either. So it doesn't look like with this cab you're going to be painting the back of the cab anytime soon. Oh, that's a drag. I don't know. I guess it's okay for 25 bucks, but you'd have to weigh it up. Do I need? Is there a rooted truck I should get first? Anyway, I'll let it go there, guys. Um, Thanks for your patience and take a little look at that thing. It's, I think a mammoth skin is in order too. Might look a little better with the back not being painted because the mammoth skin is pretty much, predominantly black anyway. But I'll finish this skin up and yeah. Anyway, there we go. As always, guys, thanks for following along. Really appreciate it. And remember to check out the Discord if you haven't. And I guess more tutorials coming. I have a few ideas, but I got to make them reality and get those out to you guys too. So anyway, once again, take care. Catch you on the next one. And bye for now.